Hey guys, it's Hope. Today I'm here to share with you a kind of a dupe comparison of the Becca Backlight Priming Filter to the Wet n Wild Photofocus Dewy Face Primer. So I have had this Becca Backlight for about a year now. I got it at the last year's Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale. And as you can tell, I've used the heck out of this. I love this primer. It's one of my favorites. And throughout this year, I've been trying to find different dupes for this product because I can't spend, well, I'll get to the price here, but this is very expensive. And so I recently picked up the Wet n Wild Photofocus Dewy primer, not foundation, primer, and as soon as I opened it and squirted it on the back of my hand, I was like, this is literally just like the Becca one. So today I decided to do a demo of the product. So I did half of my face with the Becca and the other half with Wet n Wild. This side is Becca, this side is Wet n Wild. And yeah, so let's just hop right into me applying the product, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about all the other good stuff. Okay, so I'm going to do Wet n Wild on this side, Becca on this side. And yeah, I was just doing swatches, you guys, and they literally are the exact same. This Wet n Wild one may be a little bit more, this one might be a little bit, not thicker, but come out more in a, like, denser, you know, like you squeeze it out and it comes in a blob, whereas this kind of just like does, but it's like not as, I don't know, it just, that's how I blend my primer in. Nothing really that fancy. This half has the primer on and this half does not. You can immediately tell how much more dewy this side of my face looks, like this side is the Wet n Wild, how much just dewier this side looks compared to this side. It gives it a lot more life. Then the Becca one, mine is literally like gone. Well, they do come out like in the same form. The exact same. I think my mind is just playing tricks on me. Like they even like have the same undertone. It's insane. Blend this one in. I think they look the exact same. If my mind is playing a little bit of tricks on me, Becca could be the slightest bit dewier, but really they look the exact same. So now the real test is applying foundation and everything. I think I'm going to use the Milani Conceal and Perfect foundation. This is a really full coverage foundation. I have this shade 02 Natural, and that shade is a little dark for me right now. So I have the Wet n Wild Flawless Finish foundation in Light Ivory, which is way too light for me. So I think I'll do a little mixing. That's so dark. So I'm just going to apply this. So I'm actually going to use my Loreal Sponge, and since this has been sitting, I'm going to start blending right away. Oh, it's starting to dry. This has a very yellow undertone. Holy cow. That's still very yellow. Yeah, this Milani foundation pulls very yellow and orange. Well, this other one is very yellow too. It's very orange. So I like these foundations because they're not like dewy foundations or matte foundations. They're just like in the middle. I mean, I don't know. I'm on this side of the house and my brother's on the opposite end of the house, and I can still hear him yelling right now. And you could probably hear my dad pounding around. He's busy painting my house right now. So if you hear some like water running or just kind of overall pounding because the ladder's moving around or something, or him just walking in general, that would be why. He's busy painting. This is how it looks. I think it does make your skin look very dewy. So I'm looking at the viewfinder to kind of see what you're seeing. I think it does make your skin look very dewy. I mean, editing Hope can throw in if she thinks one side looks more dewy than the other. I'm going to finish up my makeup. I'm going to come back. I'll be back in a second. So, as you can tell, I've had my makeup on now for probably, it's probably been at least 2 hours since I did it last. And when I'm looking in the mirror, like, I mean, I have a lot of highlighter on today. Can you see that? Probably shouldn't have done highlighter because then I can actually like look at my face more of like the makeup instead of like what the highlighter looks like, but that's okay. I mean, when I put my makeup, when I put this foundation concoction on like I showed you, this is a very full coverage, well this one is, a very full coverage intense foundation. Like it's very you're not going to see anything when you have it on. It's full intense coverage. And I noticed that I feel like it can make my skin look a little crepey if I don't have good primers underneath, especially if it's like a hydrating one. So if I put a mattifying primer on under this, my skin would just look like it's 80 years old, crepey, just, you know. And I'm not 80 years old, obviously. I'm very young. So when I notice when I put like a dewy primer with this, it does make it look good. And when I'm looking in my mirror right now, the dewy primers just like underneath, it looks so good. My skin from this distance looks flawless when I'm looking in the mirror. I think that these primers, these type of primers under these intense like full coverage foundations, especially if they're they're not mattifying, but they like are heavy on the skin, it does do a big difference when you have a dewy one underneath. Like it could totally change how the foundation is. And I really like how the foundation is sitting on my skin. And I've had this foundation on for 2 hours now, so it's not like I just put it on. I've had it on for a while and it looks very good. The Becca Backlight is $38. The Wet n Wild is $4.99. Just a little bit of a price difference. Becca Backlight is 1 fluid ounce and the Wet n Wild is 0.84 fluid ounces. This is like quadruple the price. Even more than that. I do like the packaging of the Becca more. It's obviously a little more, it's glass bottle, it's got a pump, it's more sleek. But you know, you're paying $40 for it, whereas this is $5. This is a squeezy tube. It's perfectly fine. Like I don't mind the squeezy tube at all. Becca one does have a very nice kind of florally, I don't know. I don't mind the scent. Some people might mind it, but once it's on your face, you can't smell it. And yeah, so I think that they're literally the same. On my face right now, I really can't see a difference. I mean, they look identical. Unless I notice something significantly different when I'm editing, and I would have put that on the screen. I mean, I really cannot. I'm looking in my mirror right now, and I have glitter on my forehead. I don't know where that came from. I cannot see a difference at all. So I would say these are dupes, you guys. I will let you know in the description box how they wore, if one side of my face wore better than the other. I mean, I put this on at like 11 o'clock and it's 1 o'clock now, so I will have for sure had this on for probably like 8 hours. I mean, 9 hours before I wash it off, so I'll get a full day wear test on it. But I mean, right now, just the way they look, the way the foundation applied, it applied the same exact. I don't think one side is enhancing anything more than the other. I think they're looking identical. So that's crazy. I mean, I really want to purchase this Becca one because this one is actually on sale for the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty. Like that sale is coming up in a couple days here, and I do want to repurchase it, but it's still $19. I mean, it's like half off, but it's still $19, and I have this, and I'm like, this is literally the same thing. There's just something about high-end sometimes that you're like, I just want to, but I don't think I can do it. I don't think I will be repurchasing this round because I'll have this. Now, if I'm feeling like I'm using this and I'm missing it, maybe I will. I've heard that the Physicians Formula one, the one that is in the same line as the Healthy Foundation, I've heard that one as well is kind of a dupe for it. So I have not tried that one, and I'm kind of intrigued to. Maybe I will. Let me know if you guys would like me to try that and test compare it to that as well. I don't do a lot of dupes videos because, as you know, I do buy a lot of drugstore stuff. But when I do find a dupe with a few high-end products that I own, I get really excited because I'm like, I don't have to buy all this high-end stuff anymore. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it useful. Let me know if you've tried either of these products or both of them and your opinions of them down below. Be sure to check the description box if you would like to know how they wore, if I think one wore better than the other at the end of the day. Please subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I would love to have you become a part of the Simply Hope family. And yeah, thumbs it up if you found it helpful, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.